It was 50 years ago this week that the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in Memphis. King's 3 surviving children haven't spoken together about their father's legacy in a dozen years, but they did with Michelle Miller, an interview you'll see only here on CBS. Martin Luther King III was 10 when his father died, Dexter was 7, and Bernice 5.
It's hard to forget the images, and sometimes I have to catch myself because I get emotional. Martin and I were watching television, and even to this day, when I see a breaking news flash, I have PTSD, and so even though it's been 50 years, it doesn't seem like it. For me, it seems like it was yesterday.
Bernice, what do you remember?
What I do vividly remember is the day of the funeral. So I'm sitting right on the corner here at Ebenezer. I'm in my mother's lap. And so Mom said he couldn't speak to me, but a child kind of knows the dad's voice.
Every now and then I think about my own death, and I think about my own funeral.
And if you look at the film, I'm looking around like, where is he? So I remember that to this day in this sanctuary.
This was to be a peaceful march to City Hall.
68 was a time when your father's popularity was waning.
Mom used to say something like, because his voice is silenced, now he's loved.
What does that mean?
We sort of dumbed down Dad to some degree. He was a doer, not just a dreamer. He talked about what could become, but he left us a blueprint for how that could be manifested.
Leading the march, the Reverend Martin Luther King.
Dad was really radical and revolutionary, and America doesn't understand that yet.
I have to ask this question of you. Did you have to lose your father for the nation and the world to appreciate him the way they do today?
You look at the greater good in terms of the sacrifice, because if he had lived, he may not have been, I'm certain he would not have been as effective. Because he gave his life, he was martyred, and then you remember all of the positive things he left behind.
Michelle Miller with the King children.